recommend devoting at least 5 minutes in your day to just breathe. To just like close your eyes, maybe put some like healing frequency music on in your ears. It doesn't cost anything. Go outside. You know, when I started my journey, I had no money. I couldn't go to any healer or psychic. And it was just more so about how can I help myself?
Yeah.
And not relying on anything outside of me, but really seeing that it's all within me. And that's the biggest shocker. Everybody's going to tell you, oh, like, that's not true. Like, the answer is outside it. No, it's not. It's literally within us. But it's about, again, allowing yourself to listen to your soul and your body and trusting that above all.
Welcome to Proudly Dufferin. I am Priya, a local realtor and big believer in amazing people and stories that make our community so special. Today I'm joined by Natalia, who is a psychic, energy healer, and the heart behind Safe Space with Natalia.
Yes.
So welcome to the show, Natalia.
Hi, it's so nice to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, thank you so much for being here. Can you tell our audience who you are and what you do?
Yeah, I would love to. Okay, so my name is Natalia. I say I'm an energy healer, but I did get the title of an energy doctor, which I tend to keep secret just because people always react with like, what is that? But also I'm a psychic medium. And yeah, I'm so excited to be here and kind of share what it is that I do, because it is not considered normal, I would say. It's a little out there, and yeah, I'm so happy to be here.
You said it's not normal to be a psychic?
You know what? I feel like that's the normal thing about it. I think being a psychic is being really in tune with our nature and our powers that we all possess. But I think talking about it is still, there's like a little bit of a cliche behind it. I just feel like some people are still in the closet in regards to even their gifts, or don't feel comfortable sharing them. Mm-hmm. So that's just what I mean by it. I just feel like even though the world is really opening up to it, and we even see in town, there's like so many psychic fairs and services available, like talking about it day to day with people that you just meet, it's not the first topic of conversation that comes up, you know? So
yeah.
Yeah.
So how did this all start? What's your background? When did you realize, basically? That's a lot of questions.
Yeah, no, that's a lot. So I didn't know it, but as a child, I had gifts that I just didn't have anybody to tell me, like, Nat, you are a psychic, you know? But what started off for me was always, I would get super anxious and I feel things in my belly. So I'm ruled by my stomach. And I mean, that's where our gut is, you know, our gut instincts. And I would feel like a specific feeling in my stomach, but I didn't know what it was. So I just thought like I struggled with anxiety, or it's me, like I'm the problem. But I would also, whenever going to bed, when I was closing my eyes, I would see faces of people that would come to me. And I just thought everybody saw faces. Everybody connected with people. Until later I realized, I'm like, oh no, that just means I'm clairvoyant and I'm able to see past the human eye. And I didn't really tap into it. I didn't use my gift, even though I was always drawn to psychics and tarot, and I loved paranormal activity. Those like shows on TV, I loved them. It wasn't until I left my abusive ex, the father of my daughter, I was going through such a huge transitional period in my life. Like I didn't know who I was, like what I'm gonna do. All I knew is I wanted to understand why I attracted a person like this into my life. What made me believe that this love is okay? And I wanted to know, like, where do I go from here? And I really started looking into tarot readings on YouTube, and it was helping me throughout this time. So I was like, every single night when my daughter was sleeping, I would like go on YouTube and like, I'm a Virgo, so I would be like Virgo tarot readings, and it would be like my little, almost like a crutch of mine, just to kind of help me feel sane in the crazy circumstance that I was in. And then I ended up getting my own tarot deck. And then I was taking courses to heighten my relationship with my intuition. And it was through that where a part of the course was needing to do practice runs and readings for people. So I would put on my Instagram like free readings, who's interested, and then people would reach out and I would do them. And then I would always get such good feedback. And I'm like, oh my God, okay, like this is it. And then it's so crazy how the universe works, because as I was doing this, in the home that I was living at, so after I left my abusive ex, I had to go through a women's and children's shelter with my daughter. And then after a month there, we ended up getting housing. And the apartment complex that we were living at, I made a friend who introduced me to a Reiki master. And through that time, as I was learning tarot, she introduced me to a Reiki master. So then I ended up getting my attunement to Reiki. So I started off with level 1, I did level 2, and then I became a Reiki master. And then that's kind of like how it started. But throughout this time, I started posting on TikTok, and that was kind of like, okay, I need to do this, because I was getting really good feedback. I started getting clients booking in with me, and one thing led to another. So
what happened first? Did you do the psychic first and then Reiki happened?
Yeah, so I was doing the intuitive readings first, because that's the tarot. And with tarot, it kind of I'm able to, let's say I'm doing a reading with somebody and a grandmother that has crossed over is coming through with a message, then I'll be able to tap into the mediumship of it as well. And then the Reiki kind of started the same time, but you can't really use it on other people until you become a master. You need time to attune to it itself, and the integration period is long and it's important. So that's why it came a little bit after, but it all ties in to each other.
And how long ago was that?
So this was 5 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been doing all of this?
Yes.
From 5 years?
Yes. Yeah. I can't believe it's been 5 years. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, it's going to be going on to 6 soon. So
I know in our pre-call, you mentioned about some of the programs that you do.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. So throughout this journey of becoming or tapping into my intuitive gifts, being a psychic medium, and then becoming a Reiki master, throughout this time, my life was continuously falling into shambles, and it felt like everything was being ripped from me. And it was ironic, because even though everything in my life was falling apart, spiritually I was excelling. And so it was like, how do I say this? Sorry.
Okay. It's okay. Keep going.
Yeah. So as my life was crumbling, because I was dealing with court and I was trying to raise my daughter and all of that. Yeah. I even went back to school for business management. After that, I really started investing in my relationship with meditation. And so I really started dabbling into finding what is going to bring me peace in such moments of chaos. Like, everything around me was falling down, and I thought, I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna get out of this. Like, I just feel like I am drowning and nothing is helping me. So meditation was the thing that brought me peace and brought me back to my body. And it helped me, because it helped me bridge over the darkest time of my life to now. And I needed it, and I'm very grateful for it. But for a while there, I was like, I don't even know how I'm going to survive this, but I did it. And as I was like excelling in meditation, I had some profound meditations where I ended up being told that I'm being gifted the title of an energy doctor, that I've been deemed, and I know this is going to sound crazy, okay? But they deemed me worthy, and they gave me a staff where I had to say an oath that I would use my gifts for good. And then that's when I started providing my more extensive healing sessions, because there's a lot. When we talk about energy healing, there's a lot. And I know people might be asking, like, what are we talking about now? What is energy healing, you know? And when it comes to Reiki, you're tapping into a universal life force energy, and you're just the channel. So the bridge between that, and you're bringing it into the client. And the healing energy has an intelligence of its own, so it goes to where it's needed the most. And me, I combine Reiki, but I also connect to Kundalini, which is our life force energy, located at the base of our spine. A lot of the times people go their entire lives without activating their life force energy. And so I just help activate it within them for it to flow, because we have the ability to heal ourselves, but we're not told that, you know? And so I help people bridge that connection back to not second guessing themselves, but trusting in their mind, bodies, and souls. Yeah.
So let's take a step back.
Yeah.
Maybe there are people who don't know the difference between Reiki and Kundalini.
Yes.
You're talking a lot of
different
what you call
names.
technical jargons. Yeah. So maybe if you can elaborate a little bit on what it all is and what is psychic.
Of course.
Yeah.
So as a psychic, I am able to foresee things that are going to happen in the future, not by choice. It's not a gift that I can use on myself. It's for others. People often ask that, oh, can you see like future things for you? And no, that's not how it works. I do get inklings sometimes, like if, I don't know, maybe like a pregnancy is coming, or somebody's not going to get that, like not going to get married. Like I've had intuitive messages where I've been told like, oh, that's not going to happen. And so like I was able to pick up on future predictions. Being a medium means that I'm able to cross over with souls that are no longer with us here in the physical reality. But if they have like a message or one, like I've had instances where I'm getting my nails done and a husband that has crossed over is coming through because his wife is here and she needs like a message from him. And so I've had like moments of that happen. And then when it comes to Reiki, so like I said, Reiki is a universal life force energy. And the channeler, so me, I am just the bridge between the divine and the physical. Mm-hmm. And so it's like through my body, I channel it into my client. And so they're receiving all the benefits of the energy. And it helps with stress. It helps with pain. It helps with anxiety. Like if you're going through a really hard transitional time in your life. And then because I had my Kundalini awakening, and it kind of progressed a little bit, my gifts almost, I want to say, progressed a little bit. Now I combine with Kundalini life force energy. So it's just when I'm going into a session, I'm not possessing my client with anything. I am just going in and helping them activate what is already within them, but has been hidden and it's been like tucked away. And I'm also able to tune into the vibration and the frequency of what emotion and what each person is carrying in their specific organs. So in Chinese medicine, they talk a lot about how the organs hold a specific type of emotion. And yeah, it's true. It's true. And so during my sessions, I'm able to see what emotion my client is holding on to and from where, like what specific timeline in their life. And I help them transmute that energy so it's no longer creating pain or making them like weighing them down, because a lot of the times people feel weighed down from past experiences, trauma. So I just help them transmute it and release it so it's no longer trapped and holding them back, like creating pain. And I really feel like disease comes from not just the things we eat, but so much more things that we are just so we choose not to sit down and like listen to. And I really want to point out the fact that, you know, we spend a lot of the time focusing on the mind, thinking that we can fix everything with our mind. If I just change my mind, if I just think positive. But we forget and neglect the fact that we are body and spirit. And so bridging that connection is the most important thing. That's why you have people that go to talk therapy, which I go to talk therapy. So don't get me wrong, like it's vital and it's needed, but it's not the thing that saved me. The thing that saved me was bridging my mind to my body connection and then my spirit. So having that relationship where it's like we're all communicating with one. I've been able to heal myself through, like, from eczema. I've struggled with severe eczema all my life.
Interesting.
And I no longer have it.
Just by meditation?
Yeah, just by, I mean, of course, with meditation, I changed my diet and it just naturally happens. Like when you start really loving yourself, you no longer go after things that are bad for you because you're like, why would I do that to my body? My body's my temple, you know? So naturally, my body started changing and it shocked me. Like I was like, I thought eczema was going to be something that was going to, I don't know, like be with me for the rest of my life. And it was something that was horrible. And I would get blisters on my hands and they would pop and it was bad, but I no longer get it. Like, how can you say like that's normal? Like, you know what? And I did that not through no steroids or nothing like that. It was just through me listening to my inner wisdom, trusting my body, listening to it and following those nudges. So, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So how was your journey from when you discovered yourself to Safe Space with Natalia?
So Safe Space with Natalia kind of started, no, it didn't kind of start. It started when I opened up my TikTok. I remember I was sitting.
What was that?
So this was 5 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. 5 years ago when I was sitting on my couch, I knew that I was going to open up start a TikTok. And I'm like, okay, what's going to be my name? Like what's my business going to be called? And then I just heard it very, very strongly, Safe Space with Natalia. And I just trusted it. I went along with it. I didn't question it. And I didn't think that it was going to be something that would stick with me. I just thought I was going to do it for fun. And I didn't think it was going to be like a career. But later on, I realized that because I never had a safe space growing up and I felt so alone, I've always wanted people to feel safe. And that's why I love like talking to people and making them feel at home, because it's something that I never got and it just stayed with me. So like Safe Space with Natalia just feels right. And a lot of my clients tell me, they're like, oh my gosh, your name makes so much sense for your business because of your energy and your personality. And so it's like my intuition told me, but I didn't understand till later why it was that, but it just happened to stay. Yeah.
Right. So who are these sessions for?
So these sessions are for anyone that is interested in maybe you've tried like all the different techniques. Maybe you're going through a transitional time in your life, or for instance, I've had a lot of people that maybe you're losing a job and don't know what their next steps are and are wanting to come through. I've had people all across the board. I've had a woman come to me that was struggling to get pregnant for years with her husband, and she tried all the different techniques. And she came to me to see if like maybe energy healing will work. And guess what? It definitely helped. I'm not saying I'm taking all the credit, but hey, like it helped. So it's really just a calling that you either have or you don't, and you trust it. You know, if it's something that, you know, I feel like I'm interested, or like it sounds intriguing, I would love to give it a try, then it's for you. There's no like you need to be a certain age or be a specific gender or anything. It's just ultimately what your gut's telling you. I always tell that to my clients. Like if you're being called to try it, then come along for the ride, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you do energy healing?
Yes.
You also do Reiki.
Yeah. So it's a combination of both. So it's like all in one. I think even me receiving the term like energy doctor, like it's because I bridge the energy field and I work with my specific client. So we all hold specific energetic blueprint. We all carry a specific frequency and vibration. And so I work with my client and I work with what their energy field is telling me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like not every doctor is going to be the doctor that you need, So it all depends on what the client is needing at the time. And each session is always for the client's best interest and like for their greatest good. So you're not going to ever get something that's too much or not enough,
Do you have like a discovery session, like a consult to understand what they need?
So I typically, when a client comes in, a new client, they'll message me and we'll have a discussion back and forth of what brings them in, what concerns they have, if there's like a specific area in which like maybe they struggle with knee pain, maybe they struggle with back pain, or maybe they struggle with weight issues, even sometimes like infertility, like I was talking about. So we do have a discussion. But I don't necessarily need like a whole big sit down chat because it is very intuitive work. And I'm tuning into this is going to be crazy, but I've had some sessions where it's the person on a conscious level thinks that they're fine and thinks that nothing's wrong. But then their body tells me something else. And it tells me the disconnect between the mind and the body. So sometimes the organs will tell me things that your mind still hasn't bridged and still isn't ready to face. And so it's very intuitive work. And so I go in there and I trust what is being told and what I'm feeling. And then I do what I'm being guided to do. And then there's always a discussion period after where I will receive intuitive messages. And if there's something that the person needs to hear or wants to know, then I will tell them. Does that make sense?
After the session?
Yeah. So there's a discussion before and after the session.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what happens during the session is just the healing part?
Yeah.
Do they have to lay on the bed?
Yeah. So I have like a massage table, and then I guide them through. It's like a guided meditation. I'll guide them through just the relaxing part. Like I ground them into the body, into the present moment. And then they drift, hopefully, they usually drift off in a beautiful meditative state. Some of them fall asleep. And then I do my thing. Yeah. And so the way I start is I open up their energetic body. We have energy centers, which I don't know if we should get into, but I focus on the energy centers of the body. And then sometimes, if need be, I'll then branch off to the specific organs. Like depending on the session, some sessions are a rebalancing, a nervous system reset. If like you're going through a stressful time and you just want your nervous system to regulate again, then you could come and I could help you out. And then sometimes it's a inner child healing session where I'll focus on like the organs and where are you holding specific emotions that maybe want to be released but are blocked for protection, So it just all depends on what the body tells me. I'm like the body whisperer. Listen to the body.
Yeah. Body whisperer is a good word.
Literally, yeah.
So what are some, I'm sure you would have heard it in the past 5 years. Are there any misconceptions about psychic, mediumship, or energy healing that you want to bust?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, what a great question. So I mean, psychic and mediumship, we've all heard it of like people saying that we're fake, we're scammers, that we can't do it. Some people will go as far to say that we're channeling demons and the devil, And the same goes with energy healing. There's a lot of misconception that I am possessing people with a demonic entity, But it's just not the case. I'm not possessing you with anything. If anything, I am just helping you activate what has been sleeping within you. And our life force energy is something that helps us. Our bodies want to heal themselves, and our life force energy helps us. When we activate it, it helps regenerate ourselves. And that's how I was able to help heal my eczema. Like, I am living proof of that, you know? But people living in fear will project that what I'm doing is demonic or it's not right. But so those are the misconceptions, that it's demonic and that it's fake, and that it's just not real. But I'm here to tell you it is.
Can you do a session on yourself?
Yeah, so I can. I've done it a lot of times, but I tend to, like anyone, you know how like doctors need to go to the doctor too? Energy healers need to go to energy healers as well. Like therapists need to see a therapist as well. We all need support, we all need help. So I make sure that I prioritize recharging my batteries. And that's another thing, like making sure that I'm not overextending myself, because it is energy. And we all know when we're feeling drained, or you walk into a room and the energy's heavy, you know, like you feel tired, you're exhausted, you want to get out of there as soon as possible. So the upkeep and the sanitary aspect of it is very important.
So we all know that, you know, the kind of work that you do, energy is contagious, and when you're doing readings, you're probably giving a part of your energy to the other person. That's what I've heard. I don't know if it's true. So how do you recharge yourself? How do you fill your cup?
Great question. So going into it, I always have a setup. So I always make sure the environment that I'm doing the reading is cleansed, that my space is cleansed. I have a little ritual that I do in myself to protect my energy, so I'm not leaking or giving too much, or like I'm not being drained from my life force. And then throughout I always make sure that I'm not jam-packing my day with clients, because to me, I've learned the hard way and I know my limits. And I know that I need time in between clients. And so I make sure that I respect that. And like I have my ritual for before the session, I always have a ritual after. I always have to disconnect from the person's energetic field. So I do go into it opening myself up to channel through everything for them. But then after, I always have to disconnect, and I have my little ritual that I do. I cleanse. And then it's always important to ground. So for instance, I'll like put on some music and I'll just shake it off. You know, I'll make sure the window's open. I'll go outside. I'll put my feet on the grass. Like, I'll do something that truly lets me disconnect from what I just did and just ground into the present moment, because it can drain me, you know? So yeah, I have like my own little ways that I work through.
Nice. So what does a day in your life look like, a typical day?
Yeah, so I am a mom, so I'm busy, but I always wake up really early, and I always have to like let my dog out to go pee. I have a cat and a dog, so I have to like feed them. My daughter's usually sleeping at this time. I'll make myself a cup of coffee, and I always journal in the morning. And with my journaling, I'll do a meditation as well. And then I will wake up my daughter, get ready for school, drive her to school, come home. I'll typically like shower, go on a walk, and then I will have clients if I'm booked, or I do like client sessions in person or online. So it just depends what's scheduled for that day. But yeah, I always make sure that, because each day is different, you know, when you're owning your own business, like some days you're going to be more busy, some days you're not. Some days I'm devoting to creating content. Some days I am resting and just being with my dog, especially now. Yeah. I really prioritize the balance between the two. And so I'm big on, I'm not the kind of person that I need to have everything organized, and not so much organized isn't the right word, but I'm not fixated on the control. I try to let go of control as much as I can and just be present and allow the day to come as it comes. Sometimes plans change, sometimes they're like they stick to it. But I'm sure, as a mom, it's like the best thing that you can be in life is be flexible. So I just go with the wind. And like that's how I leave my day. And it makes me really happy because I listen to my body. And I think that's another thing that's very important. I always listen to my body. I love to work out. I love doing Pilates at home. So like I'll do Pilates. I'll eat what feels good for my stomach, and because I'm ruled by my stomach as a Virgo. And so I just listen to my body, and it's changed my life. Changed my life quite literally. Yeah.
So for somebody who is probably going through a life situation and they don't believe probably in this process, or maybe they do, but they don't have the means and ways to kind of book something with you.
Yeah.
What would your advice be to them to kind of
start
on their paths to healing?
I love this question. I would say, one, you are not alone. I would also say this is not something that there's like this misconception that the answer is outside of you, but it's not. It's always within you. It's just about allowing yourself to really connect and tune out the distractions and the noise, because then you'll find peace, and you'll see how there's nothing wrong, but there's the fear that gets in the way of that, and the thought goblins, like I call them. And if you are wanting to, maybe you're desperate, maybe you feel like you're just in this despair, hopelessness, I recommend just allowing yourself to start building, because this can be foreign, and I want to touch on this a little bit too after, but rebuilding that relationship with your body can be foreign to a lot if your nervous system baseline is running on dysfunction and chaos. If that's all you've ever known, to switch back to a regulated nervous system is going to be a shock. You're going to feel uncomfortable doing it. But I recommend devoting at least 5 minutes in your day to just breathe, to just like close your eyes, maybe put some like healing frequency music on in your ears. It doesn't cost anything. Go outside. When I started my journey, I had no money. I couldn't go to any healer or psychic. And it was just more so about how can I help myself? And not relying on anything outside of me, but really seeing that it's all within me. And that's the biggest shocker. Everybody's going to tell you, that's not true. The answer is outside it. No, it's not. It's literally within us, but it's about, again, allowing yourself to listen to your soul and your body, and trusting that above all, the answer's within you. That is the best advice that I can give you. Yeah.
Do you have any upcoming workshops?
So, I love that question. I do sometimes host like healing circles for women in the city. Right now, I have a Return to Radiance program on the go, which is a self-paced program. I include guided meditations, which include energy activations. So it's a guided meditation that feels like you're getting hands-on energy session with me. And it includes like journal prompts and breathing techniques that you can do. And it's something that I recently had the chance to work with a group of women, and it was, oh my gosh, it was so emotional and beautiful. We oftentimes think that we're the only ones going through something, or we're the only ones that feel these emotions, but that's not true. And when you sit down with women and you speak what's on your heart and you speak truth, like this is where healing happens. This is where shame dies, and this is where true healing can begin. And sisterhood is the way to go. And so, it's amazing, and I'm so lucky to be able to work and connect with such amazing, beautiful souls. And if it's something that you're struggling with and would like to, maybe this is something that you would like to start but you're a little nervous, I recommend giving this program a try. It's very like easy, straightforward, and yeah.
Wonderful. Do you have any last pieces of, I know you've already given advice for somebody who's struggling, but do you have any last pieces to, like any piece that I didn't ask or anything? You have a message coming through that you want to pass on?
Oh, sure. Yeah. I mean, I just want everybody listening to know, like, there is nothing wrong with you. You know, we oftentimes get in our heads about feeling like we're doing something wrong, or we're late, or we're not on time, or doing like we can. It's a joy. Like, it strips us from our joy. This control of time and everything. And so I just want you to know that you are enough. You're perfect just as you are. And the answer is never outside of you. It's within you. Yeah, that's a big one.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. That was a great message, and we are ending on a good note.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, my last question to you would be, for anybody who wants to get the energy healing done, where can they find you?
At Safe Space with Natalia. You can email me at safespacewithnatalia@gmail.com, or find me on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. All my handles are the same. I offer in-person and online sessions. And there we go. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for watching.